It's Monday morning, 9 a.m. It's September 9th. And I've noticed that the autumn is approaching. It's cold in the morning. When I go to work, I bicycle my way to work. It's cold, and I have to wear a coat. But in the day, it's still quite warm. Could be up about 70 degrees Fahrenheit. It's about 20 degrees Celsius. So I'm in my shed again, and recently I have uploaded a few videos, received some comments. I get comments from people who like my videos, and I get comments from those who dislike my videos. So, and but for me, it's like all comments are good comments, because the worst thing that I know is when I upload a video and no one watches, and there are no comments to read. So, I mean, the viewers, they are very important. And so I have received some messages from this guy. His name is Sheamus, and he wrote me a few questions, asked me a few questions. He commented on a video that I did. So interesting as always, say you should film your area and give a guided tour of your area. You know, I wouldn't do that. I will not reveal my name and my address, because there are deranged weirdos out there in cyberspace, and I wouldn't like them to knock on my door. So that's the reason for not telling my name and my address. Maybe some of you already know my name and my address, but I would like I want to prevent these the mad people, the crazy people to know my address. I don't want to tell it. So there will be no guided tour of my neighborhood. Maybe I can show my shed a little bit. I have other YouTube channels where I film the city where I live in, and events that take place in my city, like concerts and competitions and some driving videos. But not here. This is a social YouTube channel. It's my one-man show. So tell us. So he writes, the back of your house. Yeah, I'll show you my shed. Maybe you live in a house or an apartment. I live in an apartment, although it looks like a cottage. It's a rental apartment. But I have a little garden in the backyard, so that's nice. It's a rental apartment. I don't owe real estate. I'm poor. I can't afford real estate, so I rent this apartment together with my family, and it's quite expensive to live here. I have to pay about $1,000 a month. But some people here where I live in Sweden, they can they're subsidized. If you have a low income, you can apply for your apartment will be subsidized. Yeah. Then what? Tell us more. Tell us more about who you are and what your life goals are. Who am I? I'm 43 years old for the moment. I work as a nurse's aide, and my goals would be, I would like to be financially independent. What drives me to do this. I don't want to be famous. I don't think it's the fame, the YouTube fame. It's more like exchanging experiences. It's like as I told in my previous video, like I'd like to have pen pals on YouTube. So it's more like a social thing. I get to know people all over the world. And my interests, of course, photography and filming. I like also like cars and driving and trains and travel and languages and culture and history and health. I'm interested in health, to live a healthy life, and nutrition, things like that too. So let's see further here. Do you like living in your country? I do. I live in Sweden, and the good things about this country, those things are that I like the nature. I like the forests and the lakes, and it's clean air in most parts of the country. It's very sparsely populated. I don't like is the weather. It could be cold and rainy usually. During this time of the year, it's very dark in the winter time. So that I don't like. Yeah, I have this message in my cell phone, and my cell phone has some kind of a glitch in it, so it takes a while to find this message. Do you like Canada and the USA? Yeah, Canada, North America. I think I've never been there, but I think Canada is more like socialist orientated. I think they have lower taxes. I think they have less crime. They have stricter gun laws. Less minorities, less poverty. So there is a difference between Canada and the United States. But I don't know. I think Canada's actually bigger than the United States. I mean, the area itself, but it's very sparsely populated. So I think it's the second biggest country in the world. Yeah, but the United States, has more influence. It influences the world in a different way compared to Canada. Actually, I think that the United States has affected us in Scandinavia more than you can imagine, because all the TV series on TV when I grew up, we saw Beretta, these detective dramas, and we saw Kojak, and then in the 80s, we saw the TV series Dallas with JR and Sue Ellen, and I remember Friday evening, me and my family, we gathered in front of the TV, and we saw that TV series, and we had ribs and fried potatoes, and we watched. We were this intriguing TV series, and back then I thought that United States, in Dallas, and you saw in the intro of that TV series, you saw the city and you saw the skyscrapers, and I thought that, wow, that must be a very, rich country, and all, people in business suits, and beautiful women, and the Ewings, they live there. They are oil tycoons, and probably people are very rich in the United States, and the beautiful women, the women are beautiful, and they live a good life. So that was the impression that I had from this TV show. But nowadays, it's like back then you didn't have the internet. Nowadays, if I want to find out something about Dallas from the TV series, I go to YouTube and I go to Google Earth, and maybe I will search for downtown Dallas. So, and then I will see like blacks and Hispanics in the downtown, and people are obese, and it's not like in the TV series. It's more like you. I know the reality now in a different way, and also, the reality shows are much more common today. It's like the documentaries. Uh, like today, you could see cops and shows like Speeders and Judge Judy, American Idol. So TV is much more reality oriented today, and uh, so I mean. The United States has influenced Scandinavia a lot by TV, and we have the McDonald's, we have the Burger King, we have Subway, we have not like Dunkin' Donuts, we don't have that. Starbucks, I think one Starbucks at the airport in Stockholm, Sweden. That's all. So we don't have Starbucks. But still, I would say before, like in the late 1800s, people were like immigrating to America because we had problems here, like unemployment. People who were poor. We had religious oppression and bad harvest, and people found their way to America, and they settled there, and they began to live a new life. And actually, 1/5 of the population they moved to America in those years, and up to the 50s and 60s. It was many people really had the impression of America as a superpower, and still is, but maybe it's changed a little bit. I think many like people in their 20s, they want to go on like the coast to coast trip to United States, and they save up money to stay there, to go there and drive a car like from coast to coast. And I actually remember I met one guy at the train, and he said that he drove from coast to coast with a for free. Yeah, it was like a car. He had to move a car from one place to another, pick up a car on the East Coast and drive it to the West Coast, and it's like delivery, like a delivery guy. That's one option if you want to see the country. It's like America. It's like a big cake over there waiting to be eaten. Like, but of course you have to cross the Atlantic Ocean and the cost. So to fly there, at least if you want to fly, I would say it takes 9 hours. So it would cost at least $1,000 airfare. I think nowadays it's becoming cheaper to fly long distance. It's a company, in Europe they have Ryanair. I never fly. I did fly a couple of times, but I would not fly Ryanair because they treat their passengers like cattle, and the staff is underpaid, and they're all like they don't have any benefits, and there's a company called Air Berlin. I know they have advertising. They have cheap flights to the United States, and the prices are very low, but they never mention. I've read a lot about them on the internet, and they never mention that the comfort. The seats on the planes, you sit like crammed into the plane like this, and there's a hard seat, not very comfortable, and to sit like that for 9 hours, and I wouldn't like to do that. So I'm mad, I would like to go there, but it costs. First you have the airfare, and then they have the hotel. But like, would be nice to go there and like rent a car and sleep in the car and drive around. Um, but actually, one guy at work, we usually chat a little bit in the changing room before work. So in the basement at the nursing home, and he told me he actually sent a postcard to work, and he told me that he went to Florida with his buddy, and they rented a car and they visited the Cape Canaveral, I think. Sent a postcard from this place where the rockets take off, the NASA uh, launch. The launch the rockets there, and so he went there, and he's not very well off. He's also a nurse's aide, but he's my age, but he has no family. He's a bachelor, so that's a lot easier for him, because I have a family, so I have two children and my wife, and to go like a vacation like that, you have to be rather well off to do that, because then let's spend 2 weeks there with airfare and hotel, rental car. You would be looking forward to pay at least six, maybe $7,000. It's not like your ordinary blue collar vacation. It's more like I don't think it's possible to me to for such a trip do such a trip. So let's see what he wrote more. Well, it says my videos are pretty good, actually. Thank you very much. I think I'll finish here. It's early in the morning, and I feel like I should have done this in the afternoon, maybe. So stay tuned to my channel for more interesting videos.